Hello everybody, today I'm going to go through a technique called Max-Diff. This is going to be a really super quick, short 3-minute lecture. Very powerful technique for marketing researchers and analysts alike, and it allows them and us to be able to bifurcate in any of their products the most important product features from the least important product features. So let's get into how products are better made by understanding Max-Diff. Max-Diff is a technique that we use in marketing research and analytics to be able to bifurcate the most important from the least important product features. Now, we typically conduct a Max-Diff analysis by first surveying our customers so we can generate a list of product attribute names. And then once we have an idea of that, we create a survey where we list out each feature individually, kind of like this, where we ask the consumers to indicate if that feature really matters the least to them or the most to them. If it matters neither least nor most, they leave it blank. At the end of the analysis, what the analyst will then do is write down each of the names of the product attributes considered in the survey, and they'll just count how many times the customer had indicated that that product attribute was the most important to them, and the number of times it was the least important to them. They'll then convert these into a percentage by simply dividing by the total number of respondents who had answered that way, and then they'll subtract the percentages to get a score. The lower this score is, the least important. The higher the score, the most important. The closer it is to zero, the more challenging it is to bifurcate. Now, how do we actually finalize a Max-Diff analysis? After we get this table, we have to sort it by the scores from greatest to least. We then identify the top scored attributes from the low scored attributes, and then we run Max-Diff, hopefully using a different scoring approach so that we can obtain what's called model robustness. That basically means the process here is giving us similar attributes that are the most and least important, and if we score differently and get consistency across in the results, life is good. We then, of course, come down here to report the results, where we organize our results using different bar plots, and we show which attributes matter the most, and at least, hopefully, deduce why they're the most. So just a quick example, here's a quick product that we can consider like a fancy coffee drink, and a question to consider is what is the most important and least important parts of a coffee drink to consumers. So real simple coffee drinks tend to use coffee, milk, foam, sugar, and a few other things, but these are by far the most important and commonly used ingredients. So what we'll do is basically give this survey to our customers to fill out, so they pick which ones are the least important, which ones are the most. We will then take these, aggregate the data by doing the following, counting how many indicated the least, how many indicated the most, compute the percentage of most of least, and then find the difference. So as you can see in this small little example using this data, it's not great, but it's illustrative. Here we see that 2 people indicated that coffee was of the least to them, 3 indicated that milk was the most important to them, which is right here, 1, 2, 3, and 1 foam was the least, which is right here, and then foam and sugar was the least and most here, as you can see here, most and least, but none other. Percentages are thusly computed, and then the differences are taken to give the scores. Once you have the scores, now you convert it into a nice little bar plot, which then you organize according to from most positive to least positive. And as you can see, milk and sugar are the most important. If we computed a different scoring mechanism, like for example, we could have come up with anything, like just take the difference between most and least instead of converting to percentages. Then do 0 minus 2, 3 minus 0, 0 minus 1, 1 minus 1, and you'll see we get different scores. And then when they're organized, we actually have some confusion amongst coffee and foam and which one's more important. This scoring mechanism indicates coffee actually least important than foam, but this mechanism says they're equal. Some confliction there, but where there's no confliction, milk and sugar, milk and sugar. That's what we mean by consistency. So as a result of looking at multiple ways to assess the same problem, we've come to the consistent conclusion that milk and sugar are the most. That's Max-Diff in a nutshell. This is a very small toy example. You would do this on a much larger data set using survey tools such as Qualtrics, Google Forms, and others. Hopefully this has been able to help you out. I'm Maz Garvey. Please subscribe to my TikTok, YouTube, and my LinkedIn. Hope to see everybody soon.